Hi, so a very quick little video this morning. A couple of people have asked me about tight hips, so I'm going to give you some exercises for tight hips. In the mornings I always do a little hip release, and that is on another video. I'm just going to reprise it here very quickly, but please look at the other video because it will give you a little bit longer of detail. So we're going to just sit down on the floor to start with. A couple of different things here. We're laying down on the floor, so the quick hip release, making sure your body's quite long. You can test beforehand. I'll open that door just by putting the one leg down and putting the other leg along the top of the knee and just popping your head up and seeing where it is in relation to something. Same thing on the other side, seeing where it is in relation to something else. So this side for me is a little bit tighter this morning, even though I've done some things on it. And then when you know that, then you can just start the nerve release, and simply it's just putting the ankle over the other knee, dropping the knee back and then placing the hand there as resistance. It's not pushing, but then you're just pushing the knee into the hand, but just a little bit, an engagement rather than a grip or squeeze, and that will activate the nerves. And you hold this for 20 seconds, 20% of the time. That's it, okay? So we do this 4 times. Then when you've done that, we're going to do the other side as well 4 times. And again, get that anchor, get that knee back, just allow the shoulders to come back in again. And then we're just allowing the knee to come forward. And then relax it, and then coming forward again. So 20 seconds, 20%, so that's that. And so that's a sort of a hip release. Now, things that you can do to get your hips a little bit stronger, because after you've released the nerves you want to get them stronger. So we'll start with dialing back the legs. So this is you just put the foot on the floor, both knees are bent, one foot is on the floor. Make sure you're not leaning forward, always try and lengthen out your body. And all you're going to try and do is really push back into the floor, and try and open out the hip and then come back in again. So it's a variation of the clam. You can do the clam as well, just pressing the heels together and keeping the pressure on the heels together as you open out. And you're going to feel this right in the back here, and then coming down. We'll just do that maybe 8 times. So I'm just going to do 4 of everything, but you can extend it to 8 because this is going to be a short clip, okay, that you can stop and start. Opening out, so we've got the clam going this way. You're really squeezing those heels together, so the downward pressure is trying to open out the knee. That's what we want to do. Okay, we've got one more that way. Okay, so again, do about 8 of those. Then put the leg behind, and then this time you're going to push the bottom leg up to the top and then come down. And that's harder than it looks. Bottom leg comes up to the top, and then it comes back down. I'll do a subsequent video with progressions, but this is the sort of starter version of it really. And then coming up, and again pushing up. So when you can, take your hand away, and that's that one there. Then we're going to roll over onto our front, and sometimes the tight quads can need to be released with the hips. So laying on your front there, just bending the right leg, and you're just going to take the leg from one side to the other. One side to the other, and you can feel the hip rocking. The hip is rocking in the socket. Well, rocking in the socket, that sounds awful, doesn't it? It's not quite as bad as it sounds, but you can just feel the tight muscles are getting that massage, and you can just really let it go over as far as you can, opening out, and then the same with the other side. And again, it depends what you can feel. If you can feel that it's tighter, my side on this side is tighter, that will need a little bit more work. I would generally do 2 to 1. So start on the worst side, then go to the good side, and then to the worst side. And again, you can do that sort of 8 times, maybe even a couple of times with this one. Okay, coming down. And then we're going to go over to the other side. Turning right over, because I always like to do both sides. So coming back down on the side here again. So we'll go with the clam to start with, because that's easier for people to grasp. So heels together, stick the heels together, make sure the back doesn't roll back too much. You want to keep the hand maybe behind you, and imagine that you're lying against a wall and you're pushing into the heels, and that's forcing that leg up. And again, we've got 2 more. With your breath in Pilates, you know it's important. As you're pushing into that, opening that leg, you're breathing out, breathing in on the recovery, And any effort, you should be breathing out. And you're going to feel that all the way through here. Then we put that leg behind and we're kind of dialing it back again now. So the bottom knee is going to go up to the top knee. And I can feel on this side, this is so much easier. So much easier. So I've got to do a lot more work on the other side for me. And again, 2 more. You're always going to have one side that's good and bad, because we have hobbies, we have jobs that mean we do repetitive movements. We're just balancing them out. Okay, and then the final, there's 2 more that you can do, but we'll just do 1 more here. Okay, so the final one is going over on your back again, and you're finding your space for a shoulder bridge, lengthening out, making sure that neck isn't tilted up like this. Nice long neck if you can. Feet hip distance apart, no more. Don't let them go too wide, don't let them be too narrow. And you're just going to curl the body up a couple of times to get it up into that shoulder bridge, and then let the body curl back down again. We're going to do that again, curl the body all the way back up, and then curl the body back down again. Okay, and you want a lovely smooth movement. This time you're going to hold it up there. You're going to take a deep breath in, you're going to stabilise through the hips, and we're going to just take one leg up, and we're going to put one leg down. But you're going to hold yourself steady through the hips, not let yourself drop, not let yourself drop. And again, when you're doing the effort, the lifting, that's when you should be breathing out. So inhale here and exhale as you execute, I will say. Inhale as you lower. Get those bottoms up. Exhale as you execute. And inhale as you lower. Okay, and then the final one that I'm going to get you to do, just to loosen off your hips, is a nice long body. I'm going to go sideways for this. And what I want you to do is flex your right leg, but point to your left leg. And you're going to feel the hip slides this way. Then you're going to point the leg, and the hip with the foot that's pointed will slide away. The leg with the foot pulled up will pull back into you. So you kind of feel that you're extending and then sucking them back into the joint. Extending and sucking them back into the joint. And you're going to feel those hips really start to move here. And again, just about 8 of those will do. Okay, so number 1, we've got the hip release, let that go. Number 2, we've got the clam. Number 3, we've got the leg coming back up, the dial upwards. Number 4 is on your back and just swinging that leg across, opening out the hip. Number 5 is the walking bridge. The walking bridge. And if you want to make that harder, you can always bring the hands across the chest. And then number 6 is the sort of hip slide. So hip slide as well. Okay. And then there are lots of, I've got videos on here for stretching through the hips. So again, that's another ball game, but I'm trying to make short little clips that you can incorporate into your daily life. So hope that helps. Have a good day.